What's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge in 5. Apologize for the slight delay, but you guys had plenty of time to hit that like button for me. If you haven't done that yet, take the chat down, hit the like button, and put it right back up and continue to talk. If you did not catch the early wedge, we just did it for the last hour or so. An incredible show, getting ready for the Charles Schwab with me, EC, the counselor. I encourage you to watch it on demand in your feed live right now. With all that being said, let's bring in the stars of the show. You know him. You love him. Frickin' Fracker here. The bread man is here. The delivery man is here. They're all here, and they're all cashing tickets. I absolutely love it. By the way, Jamie, their call on a sweep by the Nuggets. Well done, sir. Well done.
Thanks, Coach. Yeah, I felt pretty good about that. You know, I didn't call the sweep. I said 5, but they took care of business. And I grabbed lunch earlier today, and I just felt like 4-piece nugget just made sense, you know?
I thought maybe you'd get like a burger that actually had bread, but okay, I got you. All right, let's get into it because we have more best bets for the night in sports. Speculator. Sometimes when you like to flex, like you're a low-key flexer. You don't do it all the time. But yesterday I failed to hear you say LeBron James over 24.5 points in the first half. Savage move. Where are we going today?
Yeah, I said 32 in the whole game, and I guess he just he had 31 in the first half. I really just meant the half, but we're going to go to the same exact situation. Jason Tatum over 28.5 points at -117. The range of outcomes for Jason Tatum this playoffs has been incredible. He scored as low as 7 points and as high as 51. Tonight, our SportsLine AI has him at 30.2 points in this game. He only had 14 in game 3 in that blowout loss. However, in the 2 before, in games 1 and 2 against the Heat, he had 30 and 34. Tatum is going to have to put the Celtics on his back. Same thing LeBron did last night. He will get the volume. It's just a matter of if his shot goes down or not. And then I have one piece of business I need to attend to. The NBA might not have some games for a while. And I need to know in the chat from our viewers what picks from which league they want backed by data. We got SportsLine AI models back, ready to go. We got MLB, NHL. We even have NWSL if you want women's soccer. We don't have WNBA yet, but we can always do picks based on data. Let me know in the chat what you guys would want, or send it to me on Twitter and let me know for when's coming up.
I like it. So we can do baseball. We could do, what was it? You said soccer?
Baseball, hockey. We can do soccer, but we can also do women's soccer. And WNBA, why not? We don't have a model for that one, but we can always do picks backed by data. Let me know what you guys like.
And we do have Calvin Wetzel. He'll be back. He'll be making WNBA picks right here live on the Early Edge. So let the speculator know what you want to see. His data science team is next level as he leads them. All right, now – Jamie, I would love, because of your Nuggets pick, to give you the last spot on the show. Unfortunately, your little guy diagonally up to the right there had another 3-0 night. So you know how it works. So you, sir, are up next.
Well earned. EC is on fire. I see all the tweets coming in on SportsLine and people tagging him saying how hot he's been. So well earned the spot. Speaking of hot hands, we're going to roll with Duncan Robinson over 6.5 points tonight. Like I've said it many times before, really like riding guys with a hot hand. He's coming off a game of 15 and 22, and he hit over 6.5 by halftime the previous 2 games. So we're gonna hope he stays hot. The Heat continue to do what they've been doing against the Celtics. And then also just to stay with the theme, we're going to go Jimmy Butler over 5.5 assists. Excuse me, this number has moved a lot since this morning. It's probably leaning on some books over to 6.5. If you can get at 5.5, I really like that number. He's hit it 5 of his last 6, and every game so far against Boston. I think he's going to facilitate the ball tonight. And I do actually also think that he will take care of business. So I like him to hit that over 5.5 number.
You just learned the hard way that when you eat food on camera on a show, stick right there. It's going to stick right there. All right. Now, real quick before I get to EC, Speculator, earlier today on Twitter, somebody sent me a tweet and they said, Coach, there is, I think it's at DraftKings, one of them that you can bet player versus player most points. And apparently Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum are tied with 78 points. So they said, who would you bet to have the most points in the playoffs based off of them being tied right now? And I said Tatum because right now Jimmy Butler doesn't need to score 28 for them to win. Would you agree with my answer to the person on Twitter?
100%, especially tonight's game. Like, Tatum has nothing to lose. And Jimmy Butler, even if he loses the game, he's like, okay, we go back to Miami. He's distributing the ball. He's recognized that his teammates are the reason that he is winning all of these games. And if he can't get the shot up, he's going to pass it. Jason Tatum, right now, he doesn't have that luxury. Nobody's making shots. He's got to step up tonight. I'd go with Tatum for sure.
Yeah, I also one of my plays was going to be actually Jimmy Butler under 28.5 points. I scrapped it just because I don't want to bet against playoff Jimmy. But yeah, I think he's going to have a pretty calm night tonight, which is why I like him to have the assist. I think he's going to pass the ball around a lot more.
See, I agree with both of you because Jimmy Butler is a savant. And they would never give a game away. But think about this. If he has one of the games that we're talking about and he doesn't have to overexert, say they do lose, then he's going to be fresh for game 5 because they now have 4 games to win 1. He's so smart. And so he's not going to go out there and he's not going to play the first 24 minutes like LeBron did last night. That's not going to happen. Well done, boys. And by the way, that Duncan Robinson, that'll play off Jimmy not scoring. So they all correlate. See how that happens? Well done, gentlemen. Well done. Now, to our resident early edge capper of the month, which I've never, ever, ever heard of given out on May 23rd. But apparently that's what we're doing. So, EC, Jamie's going to get out of the way. Specty's going to get out of the way. Your boy's going to get out of the way. Floor is yours.
Well, Coach, I am the people's capper. I'm honored, as always. I appreciate the support. We've been on a great run. But I also want to thank you because the last 4 shows that you and I have been on together, I'm 11-0, including hitting that parlay. Just want to say there's something good going on there. I'm 24-5 in my last 29 baseball prop picks.
Wow.
So that means we got 3 of them for you tonight. Is it going to continue? I don't know. I guess we're going to see. But let's start with this player. Now, if I told you he's played 11 games in the major leagues this year, he has at least 1 hit and 1 run in each. He's hitting .370. He's homered in 4 straight games and 6 of his last 7. He has 8 homers and 14 RBIs. And his OPS is over 1.3. You would say it's the best player in baseball, like Barry Bonds in his prime, right? No, it's Christopher Morel of the Chicago Cubs. And his over half a total base tonight is -125. It might have risen a little bit. It might be like -135, -140 now. But this is a steal. I know he's facing this guy Senga from the Mets, but this guy is Aaron Judge, Barry Bonds level. We just need him to get 1 hit. He's done that in all 11 games. He's gotten a run in each. Heck, I parlayed that on FanDuel, and you can do that at +158. So there's a parlay option. But Morel on DraftKings at -125 for this is a steal. Let's go to the Marlins. Another guy that won us, a hosting seat last week, along with Morel, was Brian De La Cruz. But they've upped his over on certain things, over 2.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs at +110. Was 4 for 4 on Monday in Coors Field. He's over this in 6 of his last 10 starts, where he's hitting .447, hitting .344 on the season against lefties. Oh, by the way, is facing Austin Gomber of the Rockies, who's given up 32 hits in 23 earned runs and 23 2/3 home innings pitched. Basically, he's not very good at home. Brian De La Cruz has been on fire lately. It's a big number, but we're getting plus money, so I'm going to throw that in there. And then, this one's a little chalky for me, but we got to take a shot here. Graham Ashcraft of the Reds, over 2.5 earned runs allowed is -150. In his last 3 starts, he's given up 18 earned runs and 12 1/3 innings pitched. Gave up 4 in both starts against St. Louis last year. I think that game is high scoring. As someone mentioned in the chat, Graham Ashcraft over. I don't know if I would recommend parlaying all of them together, but hey, I did, so why not?
It is so hard to make fun of you when you go 24-5. I don't even know what I want. Obviously the show is just booming right now, but a part of me, I'm very conflicted. I'm not conflicted, however, about John Mitchell in the chat, who apparently wants a ticket to the biggest block party in early edge history because he writes, EC, the new host. Oh, John. Apparently, you don't like watching our show without being blocked. Immediately, AB, handle that.
Don't block him.
Everybody doesn't know. Joe says you're going 0-3 tonight. And then others.
Go ahead, Joe. Listen. You want to do that, Joe? You might be a genius. The hot streak is due to run out at some point, but you play it while you can, right?
Oh yeah. Always ride the hand.
By the way,
Delivery man.
You've triggered Berg Bets because for some reason, Berg Bets, who's in the chat right now, any questions for him? He's part of the crew. Put him in there. He'll answer them in real time. But apparently, he was riding with you. He showed up when you hosted, and now he's here every single day because of you, EC. Maybe you are the new host. Maybe.
No, listen, he was there beforehand ripping on my undershirt. So I had to give him an appearance on my special hosting show, right? And I had to wear we're on fire with the undershirts. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
I can't believe I had to go. I had to buy an entire package just to get one. I couldn't buy one piece. I had to buy a package. I was so irritated at Walmart.
Good look on you. You were so great on that show, but I don't know if you knew the surprises that I had planned.
No. I didn't know any of them. No.
It's epic.
Nobody talks to me. I'm up in my little ivory tower. Nobody tells me anything. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of AB on the ones and the twos. EC, Christopher Morel, total bases over a half, minus 125. He says it's Aaron Judge. Barry Bonds Barry Bonds used to be a really good player, for those of you too young to know that. Brian De La Cruz, over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs plus 110. Graham Ashcraft, last night the over was 10 in this game, and they got to the over. So I agree with EC. It will be a high-scoring matchup. Then Jason Tatum, one play from the speculator, over 28.5 points. And listen to the man. What do you want to see moving forward from him and his data science team? Let him know. Then the bread man, the delivery man, Jimmy Butler, over 5.5 assists, minus 140. And Duncan Robinson, give me 2 threes and a free throw, and we're good. A reminder, don't forget about the early wedge in your feed right now, getting you ready for the Charles Schwab. And we're here every single morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Set your notifications. You don't want to miss one single second of this content. And with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these in-5 tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire career, Lebo! EC? Speculator, the bread man, delivery man. I gotta focus on one. I'll figure that out. But in the meantime, he's just gonna cash tickets for you. I'm simply the coach. AB on the ones and the twos, trying to keep this train on the track. We grind for you, so we can win with you. It's what we're all about here at the Early Edge, where sometimes we do it in 5. Good luck.